You will need the following supplies to get started. Masks are universally created by all people all around the world. They can be asymmetrical, which means they're not the same on both sides, or they can be symmetrical. Symmetrical means that if you divide a shape in half, it is equal on both sides. Masks can also use geometric and organic shapes. Geometric shapes are shapes like squares, triangles, and rectangles. Organic shapes are shapes from nature. Masks can also show emotions such as sad or happy, or even anger. Today we're going to create our own emotional masks using shape. So first you're going to take your piece of paper and decide if you want it lengthwise long or lengthwise short. You're going to fold it in half, and then you're going to take your scissors and start cutting out the shape of your mask. I'm going to be using geometric shapes for my first mask. So I'm just going to cut out my shapes until I have what I want. When I open it up, you'll see that I have the start of a mask. Next, you want to cut out shapes for the eyes. If you cut a line, you'll notice that it won't come out, so you want to make sure that you're cutting out a shape. So I'm going to continue to use geometric shapes, in this case triangles, and you want to put those to the side because you'll be using them later. Next, you want to cut out the nose, and then a mouth. So once you're done with that, you are done with the first part of your mask. So you want to open it up, see what you've created, and put it to the side. You want to take your scraps and also put them to the side because you'll be using them later. Next, you're going to take your second piece of paper and you're going to do the same. Decide if you want it short or long. In this case, I'm going to choose to go long, and I'm going to cut out organic shapes. So I'm going to start first with cutting out the shape of the head, and then I'm going to start cutting out the mouth, and then I'll move on to the nose and the eyes. So the same process. And I've got my second piece. I'm going to do the same thing with the last piece of paper, again deciding what I'd like. And once I'm done with that, I'm ready to put them together. So you're going to overlap one piece on top of the other and decide what kind of mask you'd like to create. You can turn it around and see how it changes. Make sure that it's symmetrical, so you want to center it. You will be doing this several times until you get it just the way you want. Try switching out the pieces and see if it looks different. What kind of different emotions can you get by rearranging them? Turning it around different times, see what you can come up with. You will continue to do this until you have something that you like. Once you've done that and you have exactly how you want it, you're ready to glue it down. So take the top piece up and turn it around, and you're going to add glue to the back of it. You want to make sure to fill in the space as best you can. Then you're going to turn it back around, add it to your piece, center it where you want, and rub it lightly. Then you want to peel the next piece up and do the same thing. Add the glue and then put it down lightly. Make sure that you fill all the space where you're going to glue it down. You want to make sure it's centered so that it is symmetrical, so check for that. And now you're ready to embellish using your scraps. So taking your scraps, you want to decide where you want to add pieces. Notice that if I use darker colors against the lighter color, they stand out more. So that's something to keep in mind as you're deciding where you want your scraps to go. If you use the same color, it won't show up. Continue to do this until you have a piece that you're very happy with. Then you're going to photograph to Artsonia, put in your portfolio, and it's time to clean up. You're all done.